Hello, my dear friends. Manuel Kanza here with you, all the way from Angola, and you are watching Kuduro Central. Yes, you heard it right. We are now Kuduro Central, and this is our new format, and we have plenty of amazing things to share with you as usual. Welcome to another episode here under the umbrella of I Love Kuduro. Now you have Kuduro Central. What is Kuduro Central? Here on Kuduro Central, we will be showing you not only just the music, but the dance, the culture, and so much more. It's better to show you than to tell. So with some surprises that we'll have today, we're going to go all the way to Colombia. A good friend of mine that I met in Los Angeles, his name is Arnold, Electronic Arnold. And it was such an amazing collaboration that we had when we met in Los Angeles, along with other dancers that also do some of the movements from dance hall and other Caribbean styles. And I had the pleasure to collab with them and actually also combine some of the moves from Kuduro and Afro House. And here on Kuduro Central, this is what we want to show you. We want to show you the vast experience that the Africa has in terms of collaboration in all styles that are available right now in the world. You've probably heard of Amapiano. You've probably heard of Pantula, Kwaito, Afrobeats, Guara Guara, and all those amazing movements. And when I said here on Kuduro Central, we will be focusing on cultures not only from Angola but outside of Angola as well. So this is why Kuduro Central is such a wonderful project, because we're going to bring you some of the differences so you can understand what exactly is being done here in Africa. And as you know, our program is mainly in English, but obviously sometimes we are going to have some Angolan artists here on the show so that you can also see the other side, which is important in terms of learning what's going on here in Angola. Also because even though we are Kuduro Central, we want to make sure that we always share and make the Angolan culture a priority, because this is the place we dominate in terms of bringing you details to what we have here in Angola. So, as I was saying about Arnold, he's going to talk to me in a couple of minutes, and we're going to do a live where I'm going to ask him some of the questions based on how it was for him to actually have the experience to try out Kuduro and Afro House, and also to say he's such a wonderful choreographer and he has a really, really good follow, and he's doing so much for his community that I could not resist to invite him to be part of our show. And also, besides that, we're going to be showing you guys some of the great dances that we have that are coming out here in Angola, so you can be updated in terms of steps and also music. We'll make sure that you also get to see the new beats, the new music coming out, and we want to make sure that we also promote not only Angolan artists but other artists across Africa. Now, here, this is the new format, and this is the premiere of the new format. we want to say that we will also focus on the differences between other African musics in regards to here in Angola. The reason we want to do that is so you can see how far apart are we really different or not, because I do believe in the past we used to share one strong culture, but due to different tribes and all separation and everything that happened, um, I would say centuries ago, many things has changed. Obviously, different regions and different cultures also created and elaborated their own beliefs. So that made also the the structure of the music, also the entertainment industry change. When I say that is because, for example, if you come to Angola, the north part of Angola is more connected to Congo. The customs are very different, even how people dress, how people eat, how to speak, and the dialect also is different. So it's almost as if we're living in the same country, but we are five or three different kind of people in the same country. So this is a little bit complex to break down. So I'm trying to be more specific and also not to expand too much on this topic, because this is something that we're going to be dropping here on the show. So I'm just letting you guys and spoiling you guys with what you can expect with the Kuduro Central. And the other thing also, just before I switch off and do the live with Arnold, because he's probably getting ready and I'm also gonna get ready, is we're gonna also bring you dances, not only Kuduro and Afro House. We're gonna bring you some dance so that you can actually see, because here on Kuduro Central we don't only focus on the podcast aspect, but we also focus on the show, because we want to bring you guys the show. We want to make sure that you watch us and you also get to learn a lot of things here on the show. All right, I'm going to say bye bye to you now, and thank you for being part of this huge show, wonderful show. And stay with us, because now we're going to have a wonderful meeting with our guest called Arnold, and I'll see you on the next episode. My name is Manuel Kanza, all the way from Angola. Ciao. All right, guys. So I'm here with my friend Arnold, and you guys here on I Love Kuduro. Obviously, we are here on Kuduro Central. It's always an honor and pleasure to have professionals all over the world participating here on our podcast. And today we have the honor to talk to one of the best, if not the best, my friend, someone that I met in Los Angeles with great honor, very humble, professional teachers, not every day. Because one thing is, Arnold, I'm going to give you the opportunity to talk. It's just that us here in Africa, we see a lot of videos of professional dancers in the internet. And sometimes we ask ourselves, like, how is it like to be around these people? Are they humble? Will they accept us? Will they love us? Will they accept our dance, our culture? And I realized through my travels that people also think the same. Like, how do Angolans feel when we do their dance? How do Angolans feel when we do kizomba? How do they feel when we connect? So I realized that the dance community in the world is such a wonderful community, and I know it's very competitive as well, but it's just you will find the best people in the art industry. So welcome to our chat, my friend Arnold. Please tell us who you are, where you are from, and your profession. Please let people know who you are.
Yeah, thank you, Manuel. I'm happy to be here and honored to be invited to stay in your podcast, in I Love Kuduro podcast. My name is Arnold Taborda. More known like I'm Arnold Electric in dance world. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a researcher and teacher of urban dance mainly. I do hip hop, dance hall, walking, but I researching a lot of Afro dances because I love the connection with the roots of Africa, with all the other dances, yeah, with hip hop, with other styles. Then I research a lot of this. I'm an international judge of dance. Yeah, I travel around the world judging different competitions and teaching workshops. And the main of my workshop is fundamentals, basics, knowing about the culture or the history that my workshop do.
Wow, wow, what an introduction. So, you guys probably already know what this man is all about. So, I was very, how can I say, I was very honored to meet you with the other professional dancers that we're also going to have here on the chat. But the reason why I'm starting with you, I know this because you remind me a lot of me. Because here in Angola, there aren't many professional dancers actually doing things outside of Angola, traveling, teaching, doing the way you do. And I see that in your community, you are doing many things. When I watch your videos, I see you teaching the style, say the hip hop, the variations. You're probably teaching your community different things that are going on outside that the system. How was it when you started? How did you decide, like, I want to be a professional dancer, I want to do this for living? And how do you manage that in your community? What are the difficulties that you have faced in the beginning?
Okay, the first thing is I'm come with a poor, um, let me remember, a poor neighborhood. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then on the starting, I dance only with a group of my neighbor, and and I love dance. And then I decide I want this for my life. Yeah. Then when I decide that, I start to work for that. It is not easy because you need money, you need time, you need know people that teach you. Yeah, and in my country, in that time, that no was easy to research, to learn. There are no a lot of people with knowledge, knowing
Knowledge. Yeah.
knowledge knowledge
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Yes. Then I started to read some things. It's not like now when you go into YouTube and you
Yeah.
learn yeah, a tutorial or something like that.
Yeah.
No, it was more difficult
Yeah.
then. But I save money to start travel, to get classes with pioneers of the different styles that and I learned about the styles a lot, but I learned more about the people, about the culture, the respect to the dance, the respect to the people. They really know the culture is you want to dance that, is you want to teach that.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow. So you had to prepare yourself to live a life that is very hard in your community. You saved money for quite a while, a lot of work behind all this. You probably sacrificed some things that, well, you could have at least done something else, but you chose dance and you traveled and you brought that back to your community. So Arnold, you have a studio, you have a place where you teach people, right?
No, a known place where I teach in different studios.
Okay.
They contract me to do fundamentals mainly. For my
Okay.
first travel, I saved during 3 years.
Okay.
I saved money during 3 years to do my first travel.
Wow. Yeah, and me, it took me like, what can I say? It took me almost like 10 years. 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 10 years because Angola is a place where it's just, well, I would say it's very difficult here in Africa sometimes for you to expand through dance. And this is one of the things that us here on I Love Kuduro, we really give a lot of recognition to people that actually decide to say, hey, I want to try this dance from Angola. We give so much love for people because we are surprised that people actually know Kuduro, know Afro House, because we feel left out. We really feel forgotten in the world because there are so many people teaching like Kuduro and Afro House, obviously, but only the parts where they're only teaching the things that they see on music videos, but they're not seeing what we're doing in the ghetto, what we're doing, like you say, the foundation. They don't know the names and everything. So this is the first question. How did you find out about Kuduro or Afro House? How did you came to find out about it, and when?
Okay, like I don't know, maybe 5, 6 years ago. But I'm not start with Kuduro. I know first Afro House
Yeah,
because Afro House gained popularity around the world first than Kuduro
yeah,
then.
yeah,
But like a tendency, like I don't know, a commercial dance, yeah, but
yeah,
no,
yes,
no the culture. If you research about what is Afro House, where Afro House is, you didn't
you won't
find any,
find.
yeah, and the little that you find, it was not good. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's wrong information at that time. I'm
exactly.
talking about 6 years ago.
Yeah,
Then when I stay in LA, yeah, teaching dance hall, teaching other styles, studying other styles, I know you, yeah,
okay.
and then when you are start to do fundamentals of Afro House and Kuduro,
Yeah,
and then I know the word Kuduro, and
yeah,
for me, what's very interesting. Then I'm going to the classes,
mm,
and was great because with you we talk a lot in all the
yeah,
classes, you
yeah,
remember,
yeah,
but not just the steps, just the moves.
yeah,
I asking you all the time the culture, when the
yeah,
Kuduro born,
yeah,
why, what is
yeah,
the context, what
yeah,
happening in Africa at that time, because it's important for you for us understand how the body move at that way, in that way. Yeah. If you
exactly,
understand the context, if you understand the culture, the history, then you understand why the body move at that way.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the first encounter. And I start to studying a lot, to read. I in that time and now there are not a lot information about Kuduro.
Yeah,
But if you start to reading about the history, the civil war in Angola, then you start to know about the context of Kuduro at that time.
yes, yes, yes. Wow, wow. Thank you, thank you. Um, I would say when I met you, and obviously we trained together, at first, you are very curious in terms of not just the movement, the names, who invented the name, the history, and all of that. And some places where I teach, people didn't ask me these questions because they didn't know where to start. And among all the people that I teach, you were very specific and very professional in terms of what you need. And it was such an honor. The reason why I say it was such an honor is because you challenged me. You challenged me to say, okay, I need to go get that information that I know in my head to give Arnold the what he needs. Because it's not every day that someone is going to come to you and say, oh, I want to learn. I want to learn the foundation. Don't teach me the trending things. I want you to teach me how it started. And I was happy because even here in Angola, when I post my dance videos of Kuduro, this new generation, they don't know some of the moves I'm doing. And they say, this is not Kuduro. I'm saying, like, what? You're saying it's not Kuduro, but you are Angolan? Just for you to see how social media is affecting the culture, because we see a lot of TikTok videos and there's too much fusion in the dance nowadays, too much Afro fusion that people just don't realize what is what anymore, because other people out of Africa, they think that the dance is only one African dance. But in African dance, there are many styles inside
Yeah.
African dance. And this is why I really appreciate you, because you were like you said, you first know Afro House, but you were curious to know Kuduro. Like, I want to know Kuduro. Teach me Kuduro. And I felt that in the classes we had, you were more into Kuduro than Afro House, because for some reason I felt like you found out that there is more to learn in Kuduro in comparison to Afro House. Because if we see nowadays, Afro House is not really a term or a word that we use here in Angola, because the original Afro House is from South Africa. Yeah. So I won't keep you
But with the
too.
change with the music,
Yeah.
right now there are Angolan Afro House. Yeah, that is
Exactly.
like a child of
Yeah.
Kuduro. That because
Yes.
everybody have to learn first Kuduro, then Afro House to
Exactly.
understand the line, to improve the moves.
Exactly, exactly. And most people don't think this way, because when I explain, okay, guys, look, I know there is a difference between the Afro house that is made in Angola and the difference from South Africa is that you will find a lot of influence in the music of Afro house. It's coming from Kuduro. It's all under the umbrella of Kuduro, but the original Afro house sound is from South Africa. But it's just that Kuduro already in the past, it already changed so much in evolution. It's just like you see Colombian dance. I've probably when I was in LA, we did the teacher was teaching bachata, and then he was teaching sensual. Someone was doing sensual bachata, and he was talking about the real essence of bachata and the sensual bachata. And it's the same situation we're going through between kizomba and urban keys. For example, kizomba is the original dance from Angola, and then urban keys is like a child of kizomba, but people are like giving more emphasis to urban keys and say kizomba is old school. Just like what my teacher was saying, they're saying, but essential bachata is the actual one, and then the actual bachata is not really. I don't know. I think the dance community should spend time to talk more about this, because I believe in 10 years we are going to lose a lot of the culture.
Yes.
So, what are your thoughts on, for last question, what are your thoughts on the fusion of dances that we see around? What do you think of Kuduro? How can I say? What do you think of the dance community with all the fusion going on? What can we do to prevent this on your vision?
Not prevent this. This going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's good because the dancers is searching for improve your moves, your style, your own style. And for me, it's good that fusion different Afro styles,
Yes.
but you must need to know the difference between them.
Okay, that's what.
You
Yeah.
can fusion, but you need
To know
to
the
no, to
fundamentals.
know, yeah, fundamentals and to difference between Kuduro, Afro House, Pansula, Dombolo, Coupe de
Exactly.
Calais, Accent, and then you can fusion that.
Ex-
But you understand. And if you're a professor, you're a teacher, you have to start teaching the fundamentals of each style separately and then the fusion. Because if you only going to teach a choreography or a routine with all this fusion and you don't explain that, you are confusing your community. You are confusing the other dancer and the culture is losing. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you. I actually left this question out there for you to answer because I wanted to hear your opinion. Now, my opinion is not different from yours because I have a style called Afro-Kanza, which is also I build a dance community around Afro-Kanza. And one of the fundamentals of Afro-Kanza is actually the mix of Kuduro, Afro house, and traditional dances from Angola. But like you have explained it so perfectly, because my question was given to you for me to understand what you think about all this fusion. Because fusion is not a bad thing. It's only a bad thing when it's misinformation and someone come to take
Yes.
your class and you don't explain the differences. Because if we look at Afro House from Angola, it is almost like a fusion dance because there is so much in the Afro House that you can't really say if it's pure Kuduro or if it's not pure Kuduro. So your answer was perfect because most people, most teachers included, forget to have time to do research and to teach their student about the differences of what they're going to teach in their class. So this chat that I'm having with you, it's about the way that we present the dance to our community. And I wanted to ask you, Arnold,
Yes.
um, how how do you make use of some kuduru steps that you learn? And let me say, you do them perfectly. You do them perfectly. Now, how would you make use of kuduru in, let's just say, in your classes, in your warm-ups, in your dance hall fusion or anything that you do? Do you use kuduru moves in your work? How do your people receive it? Do they like it, or maybe they say, it's too hard? What is the reaction?
Yeah, they like, but it's difficult. Some of these moves are funny and easy,
Yeah.
but yeah. But
Yeah.
another move of Kuduro are very hard to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
But is the teacher work inspire the students to study the culture, to know the history, and to train the move. Yeah, to challenge
Yeah.
their own, yeah, with different moves, with new moves.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I use a lot of Kuduro. It's not usual that I fusion dancehall and Kuduro, but I fusion Afro styles together sometimes,
Exactly.
and I explain in my class. This is Afro fusion. We're going
Exactly.
to, and in the warm up, we do the moves that I'm going to use in my routine separately. Okay, we are going to use this three moves of Kuduro, these two moves of Dambolo, this
Perfect.
I move of Afro House. The
Wow.
names, if I know the names, I give them the names.
Yeah.
And before that, after that,
Yeah.
we're going to mix the move. And then a little bit of the move, they connect with that,
Yeah.
transition with that. Yeah. But they
Yeah.
have the clearly that each move, the name, and the dance.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then they understand what is the fusion and the difference. Because yes, Afro dance have corporality and some position that
Yeah.
are similar between a lot of Afro dance styles.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, they are similar, but have difference move of essence of move depends on the styles.
Exactly. Or maybe what you think also, do you think that some moves also depend on the music? Do you think that some moves go with other music, other not? For example, yeah, let me ask you something very interesting. You teach dance hall. Um, do you think it's hard for a student to say a perfect dance hall student to say, let me try Kuduru? Do you think this person is gonna find too much difficulty?
Yeah. to do
Okay.
Kuduro.
Mm.
Yes, they're really
Mm.
different. The management of the body is the position of the body, the movement is really different.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yes, and it's more easy
Yeah.
to do some dombolo and dancehall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
have more similarities, or Afro house
Yeah.
and assalto, or Afro house and coupé de Calais. Some similarities, but Kuduro, for me, Kuduro is a lie. Is different, really different. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
the speed, the
Yeah.
strong, yeah, it's
Yeah.
really different because I
Yeah.
do, and into the Kuduro, there are really a lot of difference. I separate, if I mistake, you can tell me,
Yeah.
like some Kuduro more social, like more party,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Yes.
Kuduro underground. And the Kuduro underground is so hard and
Yeah.
so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I do with you some move of social and so underground, and I learn from with Vander Poster
Yeah.
underground. Vander Poster teach a lot of Kuduro underground, and it's
Mm-hmm.
between it's Kuduro, but it's different. It's different
Yeah.
the party or the social way and the underground way. And
Exactly.
it's one style, and we have to understand until that differences.
Okay. Wow. Very well broken down. It's true. It's true. Learning the difference, the posture of the body, the speed and the aggressiveness is one of the fundamental things to actually put in consideration when doing Kuduro. This is why it's so hard to use Kuduro moves in slow songs or even in other styles that doesn't require that speed and aggressiveness. And this is why the transition from Kuduro to Afro House is so interesting because that comes the conclusion whereby now, at this point in Angola, Afro House is starting to be its own style, but still under the umbrella of Kuduro. But for me, as in Angola, we will still say that Afro House is still real Kuduro. At the end of the day, it's still Kuduro, just a
Yeah,
slow Kuduro. Yeah,
yes, like a
yeah,
slow. It's more
exactly.
chill.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So wow, this was really interesting topic. I believe that most people will understand the mindset that Arnold has provided us here in terms of what it's important for a dancer to take in consideration about learning other styles. You have to know the foundation to actually understand that dance and not just to move, because if you don't learn the foundation, you're not going to have the proper feeling and the groove, because that comes from when you understand the history and the roots. And I really appreciate what you have done right now, my brother, and being available for us here to share your thoughts on this topic. And this is more that I could ask you for. And thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you for being part
You're
of this.
welcome.
Yeah.
Every time, every time.
I know you're
And
a busy guy.
yeah, but always have time to talk about dance. And
Yeah,
and and we help our community to growing up, but without lost the culture. Yeah, that is
exactly.
very important because new generations sometimes only think on dance. Just I like dance, I want to dance, but dance have a lot of things around and back.
Exactly.
You have to
Yes.
understand, you if you only dance, you only move the body, it's okay because
Yeah.
you can uh, select. Yeah, you only one dance, okay, just dance. But if you have to teach, you have to go more,
Exactly.
yeah, more
Yeah.
deep in all the move, the essence, the history, all of this. Yeah, if
Yeah.
you only have to dance, okay, just dance, just
Exactly.
learn the move, just yeah, just learn the move, you do the move, do fusions, move, yeah,
Yeah. But
enjoy. But if you have to teach, if you want to teach, it's a great responsibility.
A
and
lot.
need a lot of respect. But
Exactly.
why and how do you going to teach?
Exactly, exactly. And that, guys, is the advice from our friend Arnold. You have to learn and take this advice. If you just want to have fun, it's okay. See the moves, learn, do whatever you want. But if you want to teach, you have to think, you have to go deep. And that we finish our chat. And Arnold, my friend, thank you so much. I really
Thank you.
appreciate. Take
Yes.
care. May God bless you, your work and everything that you do. And you are a busy guy. I'm so happy to have you here. And yeah, I hope we do meet again someday. But it was a really, really good pleasure to meet you when I was in LA, my brother. Thank you so
Yes, of
much.
course. I have to go to Africa. Huh? I'm saving right now. I'm saving more money and organizing to go to Africa.
Yeah,
I need
yeah,
to.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Thank you, thank you. Oh, you are always welcome here. And if you do, you stay with me for a month, 2 weeks. We're gonna do a lot of crazy stuff here in Angola. There's so much to learn here and expand,
It's
obviously.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. See
Yeah.
you.
See you,
Cheers,
bro.
bro.
Yeah. Take care.